I'm out for another hike. This time I've come to Sweden, but it's not the usual place that you think of when you're here hiking in Sweden. So this is not the north with all the mosquitoes and the beautiful mountains and that kind of thing. This is the south of Sweden, and right now I'm in southeast in a place called Österlen. So I'm going to do a couple of days hike through this fantastic landscape here, which is very different from anything else you see in Sweden. So you got more hills and forests, but it can be beautiful as well. So this kind of landscape is very unique for Sweden. So you can see here it's kind of a sandy hills, so it's a little bit of a heath feeling to it, and you got some kind of red plant there that I don't know what it is growing up, but it looks very, very nice. It's really an interesting landscape. So this place here that I'm at, it's called Brösarpsbacka, the hills of Brösarp, and it's actually quite famous. So this field here, or the hills that you see behind you, is actually a military practice field. So gotta be a little bit careful here. Don't think there's any practice now, but who knows? Things are ramping up with the Ruskies, so I guess this field could be active. This is exactly the kind of hike that I like the most. Got a beautiful landscape, but it's not too exhausting. You can just enjoy the surfing of the hills here. It makes it just fantastic. So far, this trail is starting off good. The weather has been pretty nice to me. It's not super warm, but the sun peeks out every now and then, and it makes for a very comfortable walk. And now I'm coming back into the forest again, into the shade and a bit of darkness. And since Skåneleden is kind of an unknown trail, I'm pretty much the only one here. I actually haven't met anybody so far, but I've only been going for a couple of hours. So the first stage that I'm doing now, it's about 15 kilometers. And I think most of these stages, they end with a little bit of a tent spot. So there should be water there at least. Not like a full-on camping, but a place where you can put the tent, fill up your water, and maybe some other things. And then I'm going to go there and I'm going to see if I continue. It's not that late anyways, and we have pretty much midnight sun now anyway, so I can keep on going all night. And now it switches up to a very nice country road. Even though it's road walking, it's still pretty damn nice. Those orange signs are anywhere. It's really hard to fail on this trail. Very well marked. So this part is dense forest walk, which is quite nice. I was a bit afraid that there would be more mosquitoes out, but actually I've been lucky. Hasn't been any as of yet. So I hope that's a good sign, because the mosquitoes down here in Skåne can be vicious as well. But so far so good. Out of the dense forest, and once you come into the sun, it's actually getting quite hot. I got about 8 kilometers to hike until I reach the first waypoint, where I think I'll take a break, maybe get some coffee or something like that. Not only is it well marked, but whenever you come up to a crossing like this, I also got my Garmin watch with a map. So at Skåneleden.se, the official map for the trail, They also provide you with GPX coordinates that you can download for each section you want to do. Just get it into your watch and have it at your wrist at all times. So the last couple of 100 meters have been some road walking. At least it's in a nice area. It's peaceful and quiet, so it's not a road with cars or anything, but still I have to show you everything. So at this point you got some tarmac road. All right, after about 45 minutes of road walking, I finally come into the forest again. So I'm looking forward to this. Get some trail to walk on and not tarmac. After the forest walk there, I'm coming up to what they call a utmark. It's a different style of landscape here for sure. Got these big rocks and these whatever you call it, cypresses. So it's a heath for sure, heath style landscape. And that was that. Coming back out to the road again. This time it seems to be a bit of a bigger road. Going this way. So yeah, even though it's road walking, it's actually pretty nice. This is areas of Sweden that I've rarely seen. I don't think it looks very quaint. It's got a special style to it. So this part of Sweden differs from the rest of Sweden because it's more connected to Denmark actually. So the architecture is more Danish in style. So you see the churches are built in this Danish architecture style, and also the villages and the way the farms are laid out. You don't have so much of the red houses that you have in North Sweden. Okay, the trail takes a turn here and I'm back into the forest again. Getting deeper and deeper into the forest. And the mosquitoes have started to show up. It's a bit disappointing. I hope they go away. It seems I've reached the end of my first stage, and I'm at the campsite. So I guess there we have some tents, or one tent, and here I can relax a bit. Okay, I'll take a quick tour around the shelter. It's quite big, got some good spots. Now I am wondering how to get some water. I got some information where there should be some water source. You should go down here and there's supposed to be a tap. All right, here it is. So this is great. I'm going to Rebettuaröd, 6.2 kilometers in that direction, and that's where I'll stop for tonight as well. So it's about an hour and a half, an hour 20 minutes or something like that. The last 4 kilometers has been quite boring road walking, to be honest, but finally getting into the woods again. It's very nice of them to put some boardwalks over this marshy land here. Would have been quite tricky otherwise. Look at that dark black goo. Soon coming into my rest stop. I got about 3 kilometers left. I'm quite happy to stop now. It's been a 22-kilometer hike. When I'm there, that's enough for one day. I actually feel a bit of pain here and there, so it's been an easy hike for sure, but yeah, still got some foot pain, so it's going to be nice to get to camp. Got about 200 meters to go. Should be right around the corner here. Just cross this street. Nobody there. Good. And that should be that. Okay, it's a bit tricky now to find exactly where I'm supposed to go. But got the orange dot again, so this should be correct. Okay, here we go. This is it. The Repertoire, I think it's called. Tent space. There's already one tent up. Somebody doing some kind of barbecue. Oh, it's quite a few tents here. Will not be alone. Actually, quite a lot. It's jam-packed. It's a tiny place though. That's good. Good morning. So it's the second day now, and slept quite well. It did start to rain a little bit during the night and things like that, but not too bad. I guess the thing that was slightly annoying was that it was a crowded small camp spot. It has a nice table and you can make a fire there and stuff. Met some nice but rowdy Danes, so yeah, he didn't get that alone in the wilderness experience exactly. So I regret not staying at the previous camp spot, which was much better than this one. That one was amazing. This one was, well, it was okay. But nevertheless, it's going to be an amazing day. Weather's looking good. Everything is fantastic. And yeah, see what happens today then. The day starts off with a lengthy forest walk. So it's this kind of path here. Not the worst, but not the most interesting either. Lupins, although they're very beautiful, they're actually an invasive species. So these ones comes all the way from Canada, and it's been spreading throughout the north. And I know, especially like in Iceland, they have a lot of them. So that they are almost taking over, or they are taking over actually. So it's a big problem. I guess here it's just a nice little thing to see. At least they are not. They're not any ugly plants. They look really cool. So for being an invasive species, they're kind of nice, aren't they? Looks like an old abandoned farm here out in the middle of nowhere. I've been walking on these roads now for a bit more than an hour, and it's time for breakfast. So my breakfast is tuna, taco bread, and hamburger sauce with jalapeno. That's gonna get me going. And a cup of coffee, of course. Now, Sweden's got some of the best coffee that you could ever taste, at least filter coffee wise. And should always go for the Zoegas Skånerost. It's pretty damn good. And I got this filter here. That's a reusable filter, especially made for hiking. It's high recommend. It's worked really good for me so far. Alright, excitingly enough, my watch is out of power. So this is what's my main navigation. It means I'm in a spot of trouble. So, like everybody else, I guess I have to rely on these orange markings. Well, we'll see if it holds up. So far so good. Follow the orange signs. And this is the first change from the roads I had in a while, so makes me quite excited. I was getting a bit bored of hiking those forest roads. Some more of this lovely heath landscape coming up. I actually do like that. It's very particular for this part of Sweden to have this kind of sandy ground, which gives rise to heather, which we have here. It makes such a difference once the landscape becomes nice. It's a wonderful experience then again. So it is a bit patchy, this hike, where you got some boring stretches paired with some amazing stretches, and right now it's amazing. Lots of cows in the distance there, hanging about. But I'm continuing this way. Well, I'm now about halfway through to Timan, which is my first stop. So that would have then been a 20-kilometer walk. It's a lot of cows. And some small cute ones as well. Oh, I've now come into what constitutes a town in this neighborhood. And it's not really a town, it's just a collection of farmhouses. So there will be nothing to eat here, no place to buy anything or anything like that. But this place is called Hapult, and it's a lovely little place. And that was pretty much it for the town of Hapult. Maybe it's like 5 houses or something. All right, after quite a long road walk, finally going into the bush again, passing by some farmhouse. And up here we have some very peaceful looking cows. See if maybe they ran out of food, and I thought, oh, who's this guy? Come in here, lots of good stuff. Okay, so the cows distracted me and I missed my my turn off here. So gotta backtrack a little bit, and here it is. It's a very narrow lane here. It's quite windy today. Keep losing my hat. All right, so this would be the path I like it. Looks interesting. I'm guessing that's what the cows were trying to tell me, that I was walking the wrong way. That's why they looked so perplexed. Okay, at this part I don't think it's been that many coming through lately. It's quite overgrown and a bit hard to find. So I get a bit of a stream here, and there is the tiny bridge. Alright, I'm on my way again. Seems like I'm coming out of the jungle now, finally. It was a nice walk, actually. But now I'm ready for a break. I've still got a little bit to go until I can sit down in Timan. Get a sign here saying Timan, so we should be very close. Got some houses. Okay, so I should be super close to the campsite, but just towards the end there are no markings anywhere, so that whole system kind of fails just here at the last minute. I'm walking down this road and I can't see any markings at all, which leads me to think this might be wrong. Finally, an orange dot. So I'm on the right track now. Hopefully it's this way. Well, I might have solved the mystery. So it seems like there are two Timans. One is Timan the town, and then there's Timan the campsite, which is another half an hour down the road. What have we here? So this actually looks like the campsite, but not where was supposed to be according to the map. So yeah, I'm proper confused. So we got some shelter here. I'll take it, I think. Need to find some water. I'm completely parched. Been running low for quite some time. But still, it's quite far away from the actual town of Timan. It's still a 20-minute walk easily till you come to this place. It's kind of dark and moody place, I have to say. Yeah, I'm happy to have arrived. It was a little bit tough there towards the end. So I'm just gonna see if I find some water, and I think this is the water place right here. I'm now packing up, leaving Timan to go to Ekeröd, which is 13 kilometers walk from here. After walking on yet another forest road, it finally changes up to going into the deep forest. Can I open it? I wonder. No. Would have been fun if it was an entrance to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it wasn't. And we get an entrance to the Halloween underworld as well. Mörka skogen. That means dark forest, or maybe even Mirkwood. So it's a bit Lord of the Rings themed as well. The last couple of hundred meters has been quite gnarly, going through lots of weeds and stuff. Had some problems with my feet for the last couple of kilometers, so recently trying out a new pair of shoes. I got these are the Hoka Speed Goats. Alright, so I thought I usually hike around in Ultras. My favorite are the Ultra Olympus for extreme cushioning, and I really like the wide toe box. So what has happened now then is that these Speedgoat 5s, they completely shredded my feet. So I get blisters everywhere, and I can't understand why. They're really squishy and they feel really nice when you use them, but after this hiking now, coming up on 30 kilometers today, usually that's not a problem. I never get blisters anymore with the Ultras. It hasn't happened since I moved over to the Ultras. But now every toe has got a huge watery blister on it, and it hurts pretty much everywhere. So I don't know, I guess the Speedgoats was not the hiking shoes I thought they'd to be. But it could be a personal thing. Could be that they work perfectly fine for other people. I don't know, but these ones, they're killing me right now, I can tell you. Hurts like hell. It's a pretty cool scene here. Old Swedish house and an old Swedish Volvo parked. The sky is getting ominously dark now. Hope it's not gonna rain, but it sure looks like it will. I'm not too far away from the campsite now, so hopefully I make it there before it starts raining. Alright, there we go. The final challenge of the day. So the skies opened up and it's now raining full on. So got the Gore-Tex on and everything. Not how I hoped things would end for today, but here we are. It does look a bit hopeless when you see this in front of you. Just keeps on continuing forever and ever. This is the longest, most depressing grey road I've ever walked on, I think. Seems like it's never ending. So feels like I've been walking on it for half an hour now. Coming out to a slightly bigger countryway, and it's that way. Now come up to this, pretty much a highway. Oh man, it's getting rough for real now. Getting very tired of this. And as you can see, got the highway to do me company when it's wet. Alright, now finally coming into the tiny town of Ekeröd. Now I just need to find the campsite. Okay, leaving the town of Ekeröd behind me now, going into the forest, and I sure hope it's very close now. I've said that for a long time now, but now I'm getting pretty sure I must have missed it. I'm entering the little town of Manarp, which is different from Ekeröd, so I'm guessing I passed the campsite by somehow. It is a bit of a problem that some of these things can be tough to find around here. For some reason they don't have any signs when you come into a village. I don't know why that is, but then it just goes blank, and then the signs start again, the orange places, they start again after the village. So I'm investigating this dark, dank forest here. See if there is any good spots. It does look promising. So pitched the Dursten in the middle of the forest here. So I hope that's going to be alright. I'm going to crawl in, wake up early and get out of here. That's another morning. Slept pretty decently in there tonight, actually. It is a quite cozy tent, and the weather is much better now. So I'm just going to quickly pack this up and head down the road there. Yeah, it was a super wet day yesterday, and everything is still soaked now, of course. So it kind of sucks. But it's a short day now, and the sun is shining, so I hope that sun there will dry my stuff out as soon as I take a break. I gotta say, it's a wonderful morning, so I'm very happy about that. If it would have been raining now as well, I can see in the shadow that I'm limping, so the feet are still meaty, to say the least. Yeah, they suffered hard from these speed goats. So of course, I'm really happy I got to test them out on a small hike like this. This is what these kind of hikes are for. So you know when you come to a longer, more demanding hike, if it's worth taking it with you. Or else I would have brought this on my next big hike and would have suffered greatly. So now I know these goes back in the drawer. Maybe they're good for a run around the duck pond or something like that. But Hoka Speed Goat 5s are not for me. These guys scared the shit out of me. Looking up and got some statues, a little bit of artwork here. Humans in the forest. So I'm really happy it's not dark, or if these statues would have been where I was camping yesterday, this would be absolutely terrible. Kind of creepy, 3D printed. Oh man, there are lots of them, frozen statues. It's pretty cool actually, but I guess these are all real people. Looks like I'm in Pompeii or something, but people are standing up. There's one lying down there. Creepy stuff. Yeah, impressive. I kind of like these things. These art in the forest. It's pretty cool, I think. But can be a little bit too scary if you're not prepared for it. Getting very close to the Bjävröd camp spot, where I'm gonna have some lunch. This last couple of 100 meters has been absolutely fantastic. I really love this. The boardwalk and some nice water. It's stunning and really refreshing after all forest and road walks. Yeah, I'm happy. I could be a little bit surprised seeing something new. That's really good for the morale. I'm getting a bit worn down, feet hurts, etc. And I'm looking forward to some lunch. Look at this. It's a levada. It's like being back on Madeira again. It does give you these vibes. Okay, so I'm leaving the water behind me, coming up to a meadow. And just about here, any time now should be the campsite. And here we go. Bjävröd's camping site, and it's in the last second because I am done for. Super hungry, super tired, everything hurts. It's gonna be great. It's small, Quite nice. Can fit a couple of tents here, I suppose. Well, it's a bummer. Unfortunately, can't find any water in the neighborhood here, so that's a bit of sucks. But I'm gonna check down by the lake. So I'm down by the lake and I found the water right there. So that's nice. After eating and drinking coffee, it's time for the last stage. It's 4 kilometers to Unsvalakällan, so it will take me about an hour to walk there. So I come up to some information here. So I'm almost at the end. I'm getting close to where I was going, the Unsvalakällan. However, it has been discontinued. It's no longer part of Skåneleden. So it says here that it has been stricken off the map because of the dangerous road crossings. So now I have to go this way instead in order to get to the end, or to continue on Skåneleden. So yeah, I guess I'll do that then. Okay, well, that's a bit of a surprise. So this one will take me all the way into Hörb train station, and from there on, well, if I want to continue, don't know exactly how I continue from there, but yeah. So it's pretty much the end here then. Because from now on it's going to be the same forest walk that I've been seeing the last couple of hours, so that's it. Well then, to summarize, should you do this trail or not? Is it worth it? Well, I'd say there are parts that are definitely good enough. I really loved the beginning, when you go through the heaths and all that. Then even the road walking through the cultural landscape with little villages and stuff like that, I think definitely worth it. And I think it's a little bit too much road walking. The forest, although it's nice with the forest walk, to me it's a little bit too familiar perhaps to be that too much fun. So I'd say it's worth it if you're a local and just want to get out a bit, but it's definitely nothing to take a huge detour to come to hike. But this is just a tiny part of Skåneleden, so I'm sure there are other parts that are much nicer, and maybe they are worth it. Maybe I figure that out in the future. That's it. I'm ending it here now. I've arrived in Hörb, and I'm at a place called Hardy's, where I may or may not get a burger. I'm going to check it out at least. So that's it. Until next time.